Hi, welcome to my channel Takniki Gyan Guru. In today's video, we will create a EC2 Windows machine in AWS using Terraform, and then we will install or enable IIS server, and then we will create an application pool and .NET Core website in IIS, and then we will deploy the .NET Core application to the IIS only using Ansible. So let's understand how we can achieve this. So first of all, in AWS we need to create a EC2 machine, VPC, password, the Windows password security group, route table, and internet gateway. Apart from this, there are few more services that is required for the EC2 we will create. These services should be created in AWS. How we can create? First of all, we have to create this using Terraform, and in the Terraform we have to create a Terraform script. So we will have only one Terraform script or file that is called main.tf. We can segregate in different file also. So for this video we'll create only one tf file, and everything should be there only. So once the Terraform file is ready with us, we will you know execute some command like init, and then init will download all the required packages for the Terraform and plugins. Then we will validate if there are any issue inside the main.tf file. If any error is there, that will be rectified before moving to the next step. So once it is done, if the Terraform file is validated, everything is fine, then we will run plan command. Plan command is basically now preview of the target architecture, right? What are we are going to create in AWS, and then once plan is fine, then we will apply execute apply command. Apply command will create these services in AWS, right? So once it is done, our EC2 machine is there in AWS, and these once we run this Terraform script, then it will have some output like the DNS, IP address, and the Windows password, right? And the by default username and name is administrator. So let's see on the other processes. Uh, Once our infrastructure is ready, the EC2 machine is ready in AWS through Terraform, then we will have the Windows machine like EC2 machine in AWS. Here in this EC2 machine, we will install or enable the IIS, Microsoft IIS, and then we will create an application pool inside the IIS that will support our website, and then inside the IIS we will create IIS website. In this website we will deploy our application, right? So these are required to deploy our .NET Core application in Windows. So once it is ready, then how we can ready we can install or configure these things. So we have the Ansible, right? In the Ansible, that is again we say the configuration management, not IAC, and we will correct this one. And the Terraform is says infrastructure as a code, right? In the Ansible we'll have the YAML file. Once it's group var folder slash inside the group var folder we have the windows.yaml, where we will configure our the the passwords or the username, rest of the things, right? And then we will have the inventory file where we will put our inventory, means target machine's IP address. So I'll put here only, and then finally we have the WinCore app.yml YAML file where we will mention all the tasks, right? Task is to you know create enable the IIS, then uh, you know uh, enable IIS. There are a lot of other features IIS feature needs to enable. Disable or delete the default IIS website, and then we will create a new website. Before website we will create application pool, and then we'll start and stop IIS also before installing the .NET Core, right? We have to create a .NET Core runtime, or we can say .NET Core runtime, right? So this will support. Without that we can't, we can deploy our application, but that will not work, right? We should have some minimum requirement to run our .NET Core into the Windows. So we need to install those required software. So we'll talk about later once we will have the Ansible. So Ansible, we have to run this command Ansible playbook -I inventory in core.yml. This command will enable IIS, create a app pool, and create a website. So the infrastructure will be ready at this moment, and then we will copy .NET Core application. Means we have the core application that will be deployed through some Jenkins or somewhere. We'll pick that code, and then this code will be deployed to the IIS website, and then we will check the application is working fine or not. So this part we have automated, this whole infrastructure and deployment part. In previous video, if you see, we have created our .NET Core application, right? And then we create a Jenkins pipeline from the GitHub we are downloading, or and then we build this application and then deploy to IIS. The IIS portion was manual. Let me see if we can. This is just the Windows machine is inside the AWS EC2, right? So next one is this here. This is the my previous video, deploy .NET Core web to IIS using Jenkins pipeline from GitHub repository, right? Here we were just downloading the our .NET Core application web FSMS. We'll deploy same application today also. Then we will manually trigger, right? And then Jenkins will pull code, build code, run, publish code, and deploy to IIS. We will publish, and then we have created this like IIS manually, right? And then enable the IIS, and then we deploy through Jenkins to IIS. So this portion we have all automated this time, right? So um, so that is the one. So if you want, you can go back and watch my previous video to understand how we can create a .NET web application. We have two videos on this. One is we have created one .NET core application. Another we have deployed this application through Jenkins to IIS, but the IIS portion was manual. But in this video, we will create the EC2 machine in automated fashion using Terraform. Then we will configure the IIS and the creating application pool or website, and then we will deploy the application. So these we have many videos where we have shown how to connect the Windows machine, how to enable the IIS in Windows, right? But we are slowly automating the different part of this pipeline, right? Maybe in my next video will integrate everything in one single one, right? Where we will create the infrastructure, configure the required IIS and other services in Windows machine, and then we will deploy through the Jenkins from we will build the application from Jenkins and then deploy through the Ansible. We can use different tools, but we will have complete life cycle in the next video or coming videos. So just stay tuned and watch this video. Let's move for the demo now. Now we are in VS Code. Let's understand the code first, the Terraform code. So first of all, we are giving the provider AWS. So we have already given this in detail in my previous video how to create a Windows machine, right? So you go through. I will brief you about it. So in this section, we are giving the access key secret key to authenticate this BPC. We are creating BPC subnet, the security group, right? And the security group is the side group so that I can access everything all the EC2 machine from this port. This is my IP address. Egress is basically machine can go and connect with the internet, and it can download uh, the packages from internet also. The AWS instance, we have the AMI. This is the Windows AMI. My instant type T2 micro, and this is my key subnet security group IDs as public here get password. So I want to get the password to log into my machine, right? So this will give us a password of the Windows, and this is not required. Tag, it is also not required. These are some of the PowerShell command user data where we are um, this will not work, right, to create a password for the user administrator user. So what we are doing is when quick config quiet, where we are just configuring the max timeout or the allow unencrypted, right? And basically this is just because the binarim, right? So this binarim is will be used for the from the Ansible. If binarim is not enabled, then Ansible won't work. So we have to enable these features so that we can connect this Windows machine using binarim, right? This is the firewall we are um, enabling now. Internet gateway, route table, and then route table association instance DNS. So these are the output. We are just printing the uh, public DNS for this machine. Then this is nothing, you can delete, and then we are just password data encrypted mode or the admin mode, that is not required. So we what we'll do is output password and decrypted, right? Value RSA decrypt AWS instance technique, and this is the ID, password data, and this is the file, right? I'm just putting my file, the PEM file, right? PEM file is required to decrypt your password. So I have given my you know PEM file over here in this section so that it can be decrypted, right? This is the only things we have for Terraform. Let's understand the Ansible also. If you go and see here, ls, the three things, right? Inventory, group war. Let's understand the group war. Vim wars. Here, the Ansible user, we are giving the Ansible user is administrator, Ansible password. And this password is Windows password. Will show you once we created the Windows machine through Terraform. That password will be you know updated here. And this is the port. This port we are connecting, and the Ansible connection in RM. Right. This is the certification ignore and Ansible timeout. These configuration is required here. Now inventory, vim inventory. See here Windows, and this is the IP address of the target machine. This dummy. So we will update the actual one. Last one is vim info.yaml. So let's understand here. of all, host is Windows, and we create the Windows the YAML into .war files using this one, right? I'm gathering fact no and task. So first of all, we are pinging this, then we are installing the IIS features, right? So item, basically the item is these one. So what are we are installing? Web server, .NET Framework 4.5 and web ASP net 45, management, web management, web Windows, web ASP, CGI, all these will be enabled, right? It is not required that everything you have to install. I'm just showing here whatever is you required, you can choose and do it. The web server, .NET Framework, and web this one, and management console is enough, I guess. To and also sometime login tracing is required. If some error is coming, you should see what error is there, right? So this is also required. Once this will enable your IIS. Now we'll stop the IIS. Now we'll stop the default website because it is run on 80 ports, so we will create another website with same 80 ports, right? So for that, two website with same port won't work, so we need to either delete or stop it. So we'll first delete and then stop, then delete this default one. Create website directory. So we will create a website directory, means we will deploy our application to this location, right? And your website will be configured. This is the location. From here the application will run, right? So we need to create a website directory. So here we will deploy. So I'm creating this website directory. Now we'll download, right? So download is how we can download. This is the name. When get to URL is this, and destination. So once from this URL it will download to ctgg installer, and then .NET hosting 8.0.3 win.exe, the latest one. You can see the whole URL .NET hosting 8, the same one, right? So we'll put here the same name. So once it is downloaded, let's check what is it. If you can just download, right? Copy this one, browser, paste here, download. I guess that's that's one, right? Till here, copy, exception report, right? If you can copy this one, do download. Okay, this one is downloading, right? So when you do, it will download for you. If I don't know why it is not coming. If you can search, right? Like download .NET Core runtime. click on here. Right? This is the 3 point, right? You can go to .NET and then you can search here, right? Like this is the latest .NET 8.0. Click here and then you can see this is the SDK, this is the runtime, right? So and the bundle runtime, this one, right? So you need to install the SDK runtime. So runtime is enough. You can search also uh, .NET Core uh, hosting bundle, right? It is required. So runtime will work also, but hosting is required because sometimes for website it will work. Some different feature is required, right? So let's click on this one. Correct. It will be same, right? You can just click on this and download. Click on this one 64. You want installer or Windows hosting bundle, right? Click on the hosting bundle and then you can directly download this one. Correct. Copy this one and put it here, right? URL, it will download and then save into this location, tgg installer hosting 0.3 win.exe. It will install this location. Now we will stop the IIS. So how will stop? Win shell IIS reset slash stop. This will stop our IIS and then we will install the .NET Core hosting, right? So we have save our hosting exe in this location. We'll pick from the here only. So install win command. So we will use win command here. ctgg installer .NET. This is the exe hosting bundle slash quiet. Quiet means it will not pop up anything. It will install in the backend and we don't need to restart, so no restart. And we'll see if we can deploy and we can write some log, right? The logs will be in this location ctg installer .NET install .log and we have to accept the like, this agreement, right? EULA agreement. So for that we accept EULA. So this will be install our .NET Core hosting bundle into the machine and then we will start the IIS again, right? Sometime if you do not stop, sometime doesn't work. So you have to stop and then deploy, uh, install the core and then start it again. Once the IIS is ready, then we have to create a web application pool, right? When this will be segregate the process into the application pool. So when IIS web pool name is the core web pool, state is present, it will install. If not exist, manage pipeline mode is integrated and the manage runtime version is null. This will null means the .NET Core run .NET Core runtime 4.5 or whatever version, or no managed code. No managed code is will work for the core application, right? It should be auto start and start mode always running. Once the application pool is created, then we'll create a website. How we can create a website directory? First of all, we'll create a website directory tc/tgg/core app, right? Here we'll deploy our application. And status directory means we'll create a directory on this location if not exist. Then we'll create a core app website into IIS. So when IIS website name will be core app, state will be started, and application pool is this one. The here we create the application pool. Same will be used here. Port is 80. This application will access from the port 80, right? Physical path P660. This core app. This is the physical path of the application. And deploy the core app to the IIS. So when copy where we have the source home ubuntu node.js /publish. Here we have the package of the application package. So we'll move this application package to tgg core app, right? Or css means it will be copy our our file to this one. This is the physical path of the application. So once it is moved, your application will work. I think this is done. Let's run the Terraform first, then we'll come here and run it again. Now we are in the same location where our Terraform script is ready. We have already gone through. Let's run it. Run it. Terraform. And if you go to the website in AWS site, you can see there is no instances running, right? So let's see package. Sometimes it doesn't work if internet connection is not ready. Let's run it again. Now the package is installed or the plugin is downloaded. Now Terraform validate will validate our files. Now the file is correct. There is no syntax error. Let's move and run another. This will give you the preview of the target. Now you can see all the resources display what we are going to create. Like this is the instance, internet gateway, route table association, security groups, and all, right. So now finally we will see Terraform apply and also auto approve. So this means it will not ask you to enter with the yes or something, right? It will directly go and create the infrastructure. Now you can see the infrastructure is created. DNS is output, public IP, and the password. Let's see the machine. Let's do the RDP. Copy this and copy the password. The username administrator by default, click on yes. Now let's check IIS is installed or not. Control R, I think Windows R, and command inet mgr type. So it is not opening, so it means the IIS not installed. So let's go to Ansible. This one run. So run. First of all, we need to change the this one. That's right. So first of all, we have to change the IP address. Copy this. Go to the Ansible, and the Ansible we have to update the IP address in inventory. Inventory file. I let's remove this and paste the new one. SG these three files, right? Now we have to update the password, Windows password also. So we can let's copy and vim bar bar sorry let's let's open this and I and delete this and paste. Okay. Now let's run this command to install the IIS and the other features like Ansible playbook hyphen I wincore.yaml. Oh, sorry, before that I inventory. This is the Ansible playbook command hyphen I. This is the inventory. The target IP address will be listed here, and then our file. We have already discussed this in core app. So let's run this. Also, in the meantime, the IP address is this one. Copy and open to this place. Because I it is installed. Um, that's why. So once it is installed, the application will be access to this IP address only. This module execution means it is taking a lot of time, so we will run it again. Let's run it again. See now the IIS is installed. Still running now. Now it is completed. Let's understand the logs. You can see this test connection, then install IIS. These are the features of IIS. Stop and delete default website. We are deleting default website. Create website directory. So creating website directory, new website directory, and then we are downloading this hosting installer, then stopping IIS, installing the hosting .NET Core hosting installer, right? We install .NET Core and then start IIS. We now once installed, start the IIS again and create a bit. Then we will create an application over here, and then we'll create a website, and then we will deploy the application. Create a website, create a core website. The directory will be used here, and then finally we'll deploy our app to IIS server and to the machine. So let's see. Looks like something. Okay, you can see this application will be created inside the site core app. Browse this one. The application is already installed, right? You can see, yeah, the application is here. The core app application pool is also core app. This core app pool. If you go to the application, advanced setting, see core app, see TGG core, and if you go to the this one, the folder, it is a bit slow, so that is why taking some time. Click on this PC, C drive, and then TGG. This folder we are going to create. Installer we have this one, right? Download it, and then it is getting installed, and the core app is our application. That application move to here. Now go to your web. Why it is not coming? Yeah, it is coming now, right? And you can see student management. You can add create. Yeah, it is there. So this way we have seen how we can create an EC2 machine using Terraform. Then we configure the IIS and the application pool and the website, and then we deploy the application to the this one to the IIS, right? And then we have seen the same application, right? So let's move to the slides. So now we are in slide. So as we already discussed that we have created one video in the past where we have automated the build process using Jenkins. We have downloaded the .NET Core application from GitHub and then build the application and deploy into IIS. But the IIS portion, the infrastructure as code was manual, and also the configuration of our IIS application, create the website and the application code, that was totally manual, right? So in today's video we automate the infrastructure code, like to create the infrastructure in Terraform, and the configuration management to configure the IIS and the other stuff, and then also the CD portion to deploy our application to the IIS. So these three things has completed with one video today. So only maybe in the next or coming videos I will have the video with complete CI/CD process where we'll create the infrastructure to Terraform and we'll configure whatever is required, then build our application, deploy our application using one or two pipeline, but single click, right? So let's see, we will come back. So you can also download my code like https://github.com/techniquejungle, right? So please don't hesitate to ask any questions if you finding some difficulties implementing the solutions, or you have something in your mind, or you wanted to discuss something on your choice, please comment me. I will definitely come back with solutions or some ideas. We'll share it with you, or we'll discuss it with you. Right. So this will end to our videos. So please share, like, subscribe and comment if you really like this video. Thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.